You are now inside the Fixx. I'm your host, Nick Hamilton.
Chrissy Salazar.
And Jason Fields.
And this is the Fixx Audiocast, a raw platform for your ears where sports, pop culture, and politics square up. And we got two special guests on the show today.
Yes.
First and foremost, my man is from L.A. He's from the heart of L.A. He is the CEO of Elite One Entertainment. He also started in 2014 Elite One Protection Service. He works with a very high-profile music artist. And my man is in the know. None other than, give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. G Magic. What's going on, sir?
What up?
What up, what up?
Happy to be here.
Thank you for being here. Also, our next guest, which will be coming on very, very shortly, he gave you his documentary. He let you know he was a doctor's advocate. Then he gave you 2 more volumes of his documentary. So he wasn't done yet. Now, he took it back to 1992, and now he's ready to give you his West Side Story. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only West Coast finest, The Game, which will be coming in very, very shortly. I mean, so what made you get started with Elite One? Like, how did you come up with the concept? You know, what made you want to go ahead and execute that vision that you had for Elite One Entertainment and even the security company as well?
Well, I've been Game's head of security since day one, and he always told me, like, you got to form your own company, and you got to look past the vision. So at the time, I really wasn't interested in it because it was more so just we doing this as a family, as a group, as a business. I'm not going to expand. So in the relationship world, it attracted others. I worked with Baron Davis, Brandon Jennings, Khloe Kardashian, Rob, Black China, Nicki Minaj. So from that perspective, I learned that respect in that business, it goes a long way. It's just not just, hey, who you know, who you next to. It's a respect thing. And not only that, it's a brand, brand building. So I created my own company, Elite One, and started the protection company and hired friends, ex-felonies, and just basically showed them what I've learned in that business. Hey, this is how it is. It's not too much about physical. It's about the intelligence part of bodyguarding. Like, people always think it's more so physical, throw a person through a window. It's not. So what I did was I created my company, just wanted to show others in my community that you can start your business, you can hire your friends, you can hire your associates, and show them a different way. So when I started it, it worked out. I hired a few friends, and Game blessed me with the opportunity to just be free about it. And when I mean free, he was allowing me to take some of my homies from my neighborhood, hire them, and take them on tour, which they never been outside of L.A. So I took a few on tour, took them around, events, shows, parties, celebrities, and showed them how it is without being physical when you can just utilize your intelligence. So, I started it like that. And that started in 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I noticed you said you worked with a lot of, high clients, high-level clients. How did you develop that client list? Because I know you just couldn't come straight out the gate and develop, all those high clients that you were doing the protection service with. How'd you, develop that roster?
Well, again, in LA is small. LA is real small. Like, a lot of people think outside looking in, LA is big. LA is small. And when I mean small, if you a real nigga or you bout something, it take 4 phone calls. If you're looking for somebody in LA, it's not hard. It's 4 phone calls. So I come from a family of, like, how can I say it? I come from my cousin played pro basketball, Chris Mills. He played pro basketball 15, 16 years. So I come from a family of, like, sports. And my cousin Tracy Mills, he worked on Melrose at Von Dutch back in the days. Remember Von Dutch?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Christian. So Tracy got into the fashion world. and he developed relationships with Kim, Chloe, Usher, Fabulous, Diddy, you name it, Jay-Z. And to this day, he still have relationships with these people. So when we started Black Wall Street, we formed it, and I was a security. I was a bodyguard. So in this journey, the relationships came about, few drama, few problems. People seen that. And as we got older into the journey, maturity kicked in, that this is a business. This ain't no group of ex-cons, gang members putting together, saying, hey, put on this shirt. It was a business. So at that time, I clicked on my light as this is a business. And I took it as this is a business. Like if you hired anyone else, I carried myself professional. I treated a person. So others seen that. And I wanted to branch out. So I branched out as a phone call. Baron Davis, Chris Mills. Then it just came. Brandon Jennings, Chloe. So when I started working with these people, yeah, it was more so of a connect. Hey, I got somebody that can do this. And when the relationship came, I took it as you just didn't say, hey, go work with this person. I carried myself professional. I allowed them to trust me. I respect their space. They respect mine. I did my job. Boom, I was out. And that's how you know when you're worth your time. Because if you get a phone call back, you know what I'm saying? It's like dating. If you go on a date with someone and he or she like you, they'll text you home safe? All right, cool, let's talk to you tomorrow. And if you get that morning text, what up, Ma, how you doing? Have a great day. And she don't text back to 10 o'clock that night, it's over with.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, pretty much. You already know where you stand.
Yeah. So with that was, game put me in a position to flex your wings. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about that I love about him, is that he allow you, to be free and to say, hey, this is an opportunity.
I want to take it back a little bit because, I saw an interview that you did and you mentioned that you never thought about having the business. And it didn't, that hadn't resonated with your heart. What was it within yourself that made you feel that way? Because I think a lot of people are afraid of their potential. So they're afraid to really let those wings fly because they could soar. What was it inside of you that kind of made you apprehensive in a way to take that leap?
Well, I came from the streets, and I don't have a pretty good background.
Okay.
So it was that stigma where you're an ex-felony, you're a convict, apply for a job. You've been convicted of felony? Yeah, all right, we're gonna make an airplane out of this application. So it was like I wasn't scared to try that. I had businesses before when I was young. I think my first business was a coin operated laundromat. Then I owned like 20 vending machines.
Oh, wow.
Then I owned like 25 vending machines.
So the entrepreneurial spirit was in you.
Yeah, it was in me, but I think I had a shadow of a background to where I see people say, hey, you can go get a loan, and be like, nah, they're not going to give you a loan. So I was already stuck. But like I said, it comes a time where that maturity and grown man kicks in, is that you have to be able to look and face your fears and your challenge and be on some grown man shit. And grown man shit is handling your business. It ain't about being 29 or I'm about to be 30. Grown man is grown man business. And come with that title, you're responsible. Like, for example, a grown man take care of home. A grown man takes care of home. I'm taking care of the bills and mortgage. My wife not going to work. I'm going to take it. That's a grown man. So I kind of was tired of that negative background, that negative BS, that negative pat. Like, let me get on my grown man shit. So when I took it, I challenged it. I was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And he always told me, Cuzzo, go find your artist. Go find, I'm like, nah, I don't want no artist, bro. Go find your artist. Go find your artist. So that's when I really sat back one day and let me try this. Let me get out that shadow. All they can do is say no. I don't know what's going to come of it if I don't try. So when I created Elite One Entertainment, that's when I realized, okay, I got it. Even if I fail, I tried.
You tried.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's how that came about.
So you talk about, obviously you went on the road, one of the biggest, stars in the game. And then obviously there was a split after the documentary where you guys had to Game had to pretty much go on his own and kind of do his own thing. How did that affect you, especially you being with his, being his bodyguard and all the nonsense that transpired, obviously, in the midst of that? How did that change your life and change your perspective of how to, now we're pretty much, with Solo, we pretty much no longer really under that aftermath, Interscope machine as such. How did that change your life and your perspective?
Well, it didn't really change my life. It just made me more aware because, it hit game fast. I remember getting a call that somebody tried to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Until being in Compton, selling weed and hustling to where saying, "Cuzzo, I just inked the deal with Aftermath." That's life changing.
Yeah.
Like you take the average young kid out the hood right now and just say, "Here's XYMs." They life change. It changed dramatically. Mentally and physically, it changes. So when it changed, he never changed. You would think somebody would change. Yeah, he changed. He dressed different, haircuts consistently every week. He got on fresh shoes, a decent car. But his whole thing was, it's for his kids. Even through all the drama, through all the bullshit, he was like, it's for my kids. It's for Harlem. So when we went through that beef with G-Unit and all the drama, it just humbled me, honestly, to keep it all the way 100. It really humbled me because it's like you can be here today, gone tomorrow. You can be rich now and broke tomorrow. So what it did was it showed me from an outsider looking in, like, damn, y'all play like that? Oh, y'all really not loyal? Wait a minute. So you can shake a nigga hand as a man,
Right.
but it's really fuck you? That's crazy. So what it did for me is open my eyes, and it put me on the edge like you don't trust everybody you meet. But you asked the question, how did it change me? This aspect of it, what it did change to me was I'm not going to fall into that. I'm going to be real about it. I'm going to shake your hand as a man, look you in the eye, what's up, blah, 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 and that's it. I'm going to be a man about it. I'm not going to talk to him about you, but then come shake your hand. What up, Jason? What's up, bro? You good? Yeah. Hey, Jason, I don't fuck with you. Don't call me. I ain't going to be fake with you, blah, 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 blah. That's it. That's what I learned from that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when there was a lot of fake going on, I was like, I'm going to be myself. I'm going to just ride with Chuck and I'm going to be myself. He a blood, I'm a Crip, I'm going to be myself. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because if I sugarcoat it, I'm contributing to the bullshit.
Right.
The fakeness. And what people don't understand about it is that you go through things. He went through a lot with that breakup. Like, people don't understand. I speak on that in my documentary, that he went through a lot and he stood by himself. He through it all, through his by himself. Yeah, he had associates he can call, but he went through that by himself, and we went through it. And all I can say is that it humbled me personally, and it just made me aware that, okay, I'm not gonna play with you. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real. However come about it. If you don't like the fact that I don't F with you, I don't fuck with you, then I can understand that.
I can respect that.
Yeah, but long as you know when you see me, you know, oh, G Magic don't fuck with me. So if it come any time in between that, we gonna get to it. Or we not. We're gonna be a man about it. So I think from me perspective, it humbled me and grounded me and reminded me, like, you gotta be one way. You gotta be 100 or you gotta be fake. And I just chose to be 100.
So having your cousin, somebody that you guys both respect each other, you guys is real, obviously. How was it, you know what I'm saying, when you guys was going through that time period, when you had people running their mouth and popping off at the mouth, coming at them foul, and this is your relative. This ain't just like some nigga you just doing security for. Right. This is your blood. You care about this dude. How did you maintain your composure during those times, but not going to the street way or just fucking somebody up?
Well, I mean, this is the Fixxx podcast, so we keep it real.
That's right, 100%.
Ain't shit cut. We ain't the Breakfast Club. This is the West Coast Breakfast Club, so I'm going to keep it real.
Authentic.
It ain't always been like that, Jason. Like, people, when I'm gonna keep it 100, people weren't saying shit till he came with a hit.
Mm-hmm.
He said it in his rhymes. I'm on the same porch with my Lex Lonnie, same place where Suge didn't sign me, and niggas wasn't saying shit till he came with a hit. So I understood it. I understood how it formed that.
Yeah.
So I signed up for that. So I was with that. I was with, all the drama, all the bullshit, if they was with it. And it wasn't kind of like, I understood it. I knew it was going to be some politics, some controversy, some drama, some bullshit, and I was with all the bullshit.
Yeah.
And I just said to the ones who was understanding is that don't judge my choice unless you understand my reason.
Yeah.
Because it's bigger than music. It's bigger than a nigga from Compton. It's about changing a life. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
He used to always say it like, beforehand, he used to be like, cuz I can't wait to just, man, take care of my family. You would think nowadays a nigga be like, yo, nigga, I can't wait to get a chain, a Bentley, and a camera, and
Come up.
you know what I'm saying? And it was always about him giving. And I didn't go and tell his business, oh, this nigga got a heart, this nigga really care, this nigga really give. People gonna be like, yeah, nigga, he's a bitch, he XYZ. Because at the time, it wasn't no understanding. It was like, the light is green, let's go. So when you sit down with some hard heads, you can't tell them, look, bro, it's about this man getting in position, taking care of his family, creating a company, and having jobs. They didn't want to hear that at the time. This nigga just dropped an album that's on the grades of 5 million. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear, fuck that nigga here, blood, we killing him. So fast forward, you see it now with the Robin Hood Project, how he just wake up out his sleep, go knock on somebody's door. Hey, I just seen your people, car accident, here go 2,000-3,000. Hey, I just seen you, blah, blah, blah. You just lost your house in Cleveland on fire. Here go $10. Hey, I just seen you lost your car, a single mom. Here go 3,000.
Constantly paying it forward.
Like, niggas don't do that. And that's the part, it's like, I always said, he always tell me it's bigger than me. Nigga go by, take his son, whole basketball league traveling team out his pocket. That's the part where back then he never changed. Yeah, the music changed. Yeah. People grow, controversy, but as a man, as Jason Taylor, he never changed. And that's the part to where a lot of people used to knock and say, oh, that nigga not a rapper. He not from Compton. He not a blood. He XYZ. All right, go on over there and play with him then. See what happens.
Right. Tell that to his face. See what happened to you.
Yeah.
How have you been able to, in an industry that there's so much shadiness, there's so much backbiting and all this stuff, how have you been able to protect that relationship? Because a lot of times when people see something strong and a foundation and it's secure, they want to come in, they want to create adversity between those two people to kind of get people talking against each other, because if they're going at each other, they can't be a strong force together. How have you guys been able to protect that type of space within your relationship?
Respect. Everything starts and ends with respect. If you respect a person, then you have to live by that word, respect. I respect his space. I respect his time. He respect mine. It's a relationship. And it's funny you mention that, is that nowadays we get away from that word relationship. We get away from it. Mm-hmm. For example, is that off the air, I was telling y'all about my relationship with my ex-girlfriend. Is that in a relationship, you have to work it. You have to find out your girl, what's her favorite color? What days she's stressing? You gotta, babe, how your day going? Oh, I'm fucked up, babe. My boss. Okay, you might gotta say, okay, well, I gotta run my baby bath water. I gotta have some ice so she can put her feet in there, rub her back for 20 minutes. You had a bad day, Mom? Okay, yeah, all right. I got it. I'm a cook. All right, don't worry about it. Next day, send her something at work. So you gotta work your relationship. Mm-hmm. You gotta sit like a job. You gotta sit there, work, find out what she or she don't like, fix it. Or you can just sit there and be like, oh, you had a bad day? Yeah, give me some head. I'm just keeping it 100.
Hey,
so
that's what it is.
And that relationship with us was the communication, the honesty, the respect. Nothing ever came between us. Mm-hmm. And it's funny you mention that, is that when you form in a camp or a group, podcast, you got to rely on trust.
Right.
You got to rely on her to do her job. You got to rely on him to do his job so the team and it can form right. We never had a disagreement. Never.
Wow.
People come in camps and go. People come and go to other camps. People come with negative alternative motives. People come, oh, fuck that nigga. And once they leave, fuck game, fuck this camp, da-da-da. They leave and go in that camp. But we always see them twice. I never left. I never went to another camp. I always been Black Wall Street. I ain't never went to this camp. When shit was wrong, I never left. When shit was financially draining, I never left. I never talked to none of his bitches, never tried to cheat with him, sneak with him, sneaky shit, never tried to plot, steal, break into houses, nothing. And that's part of that documentary, the DVD I'm working on called Loyalty, because loyalty is really a lifestyle. At first, coming from the streets, my G homies told me, oh, you gotta be loyal, you gotta be structured. Loyalty is really a lifestyle. You really have to, it's a lot go with that. And I think honestly, I can touch on that, and then when he called in, you don't find too many people that stay down with you.
Yeah. When it's good and bad.
When it's day one, like a successful. Like you look at all these people, these successful people, they leave, you leave and go to Breakfast Club. Now all of a sudden you're talking about them. I never ever left. Never.
I mean, loyalty is something I always said is almost an endangered species in today's society because, like you said earlier, people jump one side to the other. When it's not good, they leave. You know, it's a rarity. Yeah, it's like, you know, you click jumping.
Right.
You know, but how did you keep your team? Because obviously you had to, like you talked about earlier, you formulated a team.
Right.
How did you keep your team together throughout the good times, the storms, and then obviously good times again? How were you able to be that leader and have them say, look, we got to weather the storm. We got to keep it going. We got to keep doing what we've been doing, and it's going to get better?
I remember after the Doctor's Advocate dropped and we was going into the next album, and it was kind of financially ugly. And I remember Game coming down in his living room, and he was saying that we gonna figure it out. And if niggas don't like it, they can leave. I ain't mad. If niggas, you know, shit ain't what it is right now, but niggas can leave. And I remember Damo and Jers, New Jersey Devil, our DJ, saying, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. And Jers started rapping. He was still our DJ, but he was starting to rap. And Chuck at the time was like our leader. Like it was a perfect time. If niggas felt that you ain't getting $4,000-$5,000 a month on a payroll, or you ain't this and it ain't getting that no more, you can leave. Niggas had the opportunity to leave. So for me, I looked at it like love is a test. Tested by faith, that rely on honesty, that grows into a bond that nothing or nobody can break. You know how our grandparents and our mom and dad, some of them still together.
Yeah.
And they be trying to tell you how your relationship is. You be like, Mom, Dad. He like, boy, I've been with your mama for 40 years. When you take her out on a date, you open her door. Yeah. We don't want to hear it when we're young. But if you look at the structure of it, that's a bond. Can't no nigga come between a 40-year relationship and just tap her or he on the shoulder and say, come here, I want to holler. Nah, it's a bond.
And so that was also in the days when something was broke, you didn't run from it, you fixed it. You know, it's like you put something to fill those cracks.
Right. Not only that, you always said that whatever gonna happen is gonna happen, we're gonna do it together. And when I mean we're gonna do it together, it was like we've been through hell. Drama, shootouts, bullshit, people shooting at his house.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of people, family members, even my homies from my neighborhood. Bro, damn, that shit happened. We seen this, we heard this. Bro, like something happened to you, we gonna go crazy. Damn, G-Magic GMs, fall back, bro. All that. But what they didn't understand was like, it was never about the money. It was the relationship. It was like, y'all only see the bullshit, but without that, niggas don't get these texts. You straight? You need anything? You good? Nigga, I'm gonna pay your rent. Huh? You just put $5K in my account. 2 days later, you good, cuz? Yeah, you straight? Yeah, I ain't doing shit, grocery shop. All right, nigga, I'm gonna pay your rent. They don't hear that, and I don't brag about that. That's the first time I ever speak on stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't hear. One time, we on Melrose, and we all met at the car wash. I think it was Saturday, a hot day, and Tato was like, shit, man, what we doing, man? Game them just got Range Rovers. I was like, shit, I'm happy now. I don't give a fuck what we do. I'm off parole, nigga. I'm 3 years off parole.
Right.
And he turned around, what? You off parole? I'm like, yeah, dog. I gave them people 3 years. We out. We going to dinner. It was like 12 in the evening, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
We go to his favorite spot on Wilshire. Next thing I know, we there till like 7 o'clock. And it was just a few of us. Like, probably like me, Game, Tato, AR, and Damo. And we there from like on a Saturday or a Friday from 12 evening to 7.
Wow.
You would think that's just homies eating. Nah. Yeah. This nigga just said, in this, what? You off?
Celebration.
That's
you see what he
right
just
there.
said? The celebration.
Yeah.
That little shit means more to me than what the next nigga saying, oh man, I heard he getting into it with the Compton Crips, you need to fall back. No, bro.
And I think a team is only as strong as its leader. And I think that a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, when you hear a game, you hear the music, you may hear, the beefs and all that, but what I feel that he doesn't get enough recognition for is everyone that's surrounded by him, they're holding their own. They're doing their own thing, and they're just as valuable as him. And it's because him being the strong leader he is, he's put the right people around him. Like, for instance, it may be another rapper, say they weren't smart enough to build their own self like you have, because everything that you've built is, say Game don't want to rap no more. You still got your business established.
Right.
You're not relying on him. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you off the mic, I already knew who you were way before, any of this.
Right.
And I feel that, like with New Jersey Devil, I know who he is.
Right.
Yeah.
I know who Tato is. I know all that. But it's only because all you guys are valuable, you know what I'm saying? It's not just him. And I think, you obviously got an eye for talent because not only were you doing security, you eyed a perfect group with the non-affiliates.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's a movement.
Yeah, that's a movement. You know what I'm saying? They
movement.
represent something that you don't see from nobody.
Which is great.
Right.
Breath of fresh air.
I'm going to touch on that real quick because that's very important when it comes to like a leader. And that's the part that no homo that I love about him is that he puts you in a position to grow. Like, for example, Tato. Tato started off as our cameraman. One day he was like, Tato, I want you to be my manager. Tato was like, manager? Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Sink or swim.
You get 20%. You bring 100, keep 20. All right. Do you see what I mean? How he just said he could have went and got any other manager. He chose his childhood best friend. I need you to be my manager.
He kept it in-house, and he knew
gave
the
him an
potential.
opportunity to a platform. Next thing you know, Tato was his manager. Next thing Tato got Tato Vision. Next thing Tato filming his videos. Now Tato getting budgets. Tato got a music studio, a production company. Tato bought a house. You see what I'm saying?
Tato saw the opportunity and seized the moment.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now,
he seized the moment.
How many, you talk about opportunity, and that's what I feel like a lot, especially younger kids, are missing because if it's not a paycheck directly attached to it, they don't look at it as an opportunity. It's like, oh, man, I don't want to do it.
Not monetary.
But how many people would you say passed up an opportunity, whether Game gave it to them, whether you gave it to them with your company, and what did it do to you? Like, how did you view it? How did you see it? Did it kind of discourage you at some point? Like, man, you know what? I'm keep giving these guys opportunity, and only so many are taking it. Or was that even the case?
Well, it's funny. I was leaving. I had Harlem and Justin the other day for like 2 days. We went and played basketball, and they was like, Uncle, we want to go to the movies. And I was listening to the mixtape, Volume 4, you know what it is.
Mhm.
And he had a joint on there called Cali. And you hear about 9-8 rappers. J-Rock, Kendrick, your boy, Topic,
Was it Clyde Carson on there too?
Clyde Carson, I don't want to miss Juice, who is Richie now. A lot of rappers, and they was like Cali. It was time where Game would just call people and just say, hey, come on in, we gonna jump on this mixtape. Eastwood, Menace.
Opening up his platform once again.
Yeah. And a lot of people he gave that opportunity to. It might not have panned out, but I always had this thing is like, you could bring people to the table, but you ain't got to prepare their meal.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you walking down the street, all right, Jason, you about to go in the house, and you walking past Jason's house, and you smell food, your stomach get hungry. You do something about it. You go fix your own meal. So if you have an opportunity, you can't look at it as somebody do this. You have to, A, visualize that opportunity, B, come up with a plan, and C, take advantage of that opportunity. Because God only gives you not one chance, but he taps that angel taps you every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then, like, all right, got a podcast. You need to do something with this.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So with me was, I looked at it like, oh, okay, it's an opportunity. All right, I see this.
And talking about, like, you know, looking at your journey, and when you look at the man in the mirror now, what do you think versus the man that you started off as? Do you know what I mean? Like the growth that you see in yourself as a CEO, as a businessman, just overall as an individual. What are the things that stand out to you the most about who you've become?
I think my faith through it all, like I said, I think my faith, because I always reflect back to a man, especially a man coming from the streets and gang member, you're a reflection of your word. So I was in and out of prison. I went to prison. It's funny because I caught a gun charge. And Game, you know, he was like, oh, I got you, I'm going to bail you out. And he bailed me out. I fought the case out, you know, whatever outcome. When I came home, he gave me $20,000.
Wow.
And he was like, yo, man, stop going to jail. I was like, I know, man. And a part of you want to do good, but then a part of you like, I don't trust the streets.
Right.
It's so quick to go back.
Yeah, I don't trust the streets. So I caught another gun charge. And got out of jail, he gave me $20,000. Caught another one, my life video shoot. We was coming home, blah, blah. Another one, got out, whacking him, gave me $15,000. And reason why I reflect back to that is because it comes at times where you gotta like be on your maturity shit and stop the bullshit. So I created my company, Lead One Entertainment, and I came across this group, Drop, Hot, Stevie, and Stone. So when I created that group, shout out to my homie GA, he had a studio in the hood on Manchester, Norman. He used to always tell me, I got these dudes, you need to come see them. I'm like, for what? Fuck about that music shit.
What do I need to see it for?
I don't give a fuck about that music shit. He's like, nah, bro, just here. I'm like, bro, I ain't, all right. Well, I don't even know what to do with the music. So one day, DJ Ski in this same building, Game was getting interviewed. He's like, what's up, bro? Like, man, you gonna bring me something. Bring you what, Ski? Artist? Get the fuck out of here. Nigga, I know how y'all do it. Y'all, but you're fake tomorrow. Not like that. But Ski was like, no, bro, for real. You need, I'm like, you think so, Ski? And Ski is one of my truly best friends in the world. And he told me. So long story short, when I seen those guys, how I met them, and they was I'm like, where you from? Of course, being from the streets, you ask them, where you from? Drops, I grew up on the east side. Where you from? You grew up in the lanes. You ain't no blood? No. You ain't no Crip? No. All right. Then I put on my gangster. All right, nigga, I ever see you niggas saying blood or cousin, I'm gonna break your jaw. They like, what, bro? And Hot. He was like, yo, bro, don't talk to me like that. Nigga, you weigh 20 pounds.
I'll toss you.
Fucking break your neck. So anyway, long story short, my homie G-Ant was like, bro, stop going hard on you. You ain't even got to the music shit. I'm like, I don't even know how to identify music.
Like an ear for it.
Yeah. So long story short, the next day I came, they played a joint for me, and I was kind of impressed. And the first thing I said, you know what, y'all gonna be the non-affiliates. And I just went to that intelligence part. You niggas ain't gonna be gangbangers. Y'all gonna be the non-affiliate. Nigga, ask y'all where y'all from. Y'all non-affiliate. Matter of fact, tell a nigga I'm a child of God. I ain't with none of that, but I'm with that. Be a man about it. Every man don't gotta be a gangbanger, you know. Hot stuck his chest out. Drop was like, yeah, bro, I ain't with that, and I'm this. I got a daughter, and he went into this emotional spill, and it humbled me right there. And I was like, whoa. I said, well, look, bro, this can be a movement. I inked them. They signed it. Call game. He was like, what? Nah, I see. He's like, yeah, nigga, the non-affiliate. I'm like, no, cuz, for real. He's like, nigga, the non-affiliates, make them niggas non-affiliates. Nigga, that's state movement. 2 days later, I called Wack. Wack was like, nigga, I'm going to do whatever. That's on Bloods. I'm going to do whatever for him. Nigga, ooh, because, nigga, I wish I didn't have to gang bang. Nigga, I know, man, you wish you didn't have to gang bang. I wish a nigga tapped you on the shoulder that you didn't have to gang bang. Man, I'm with that. So I said, look, you know what? Y'all going to open up for game tonight. They was like, we ain't got a song. Don't worry about it. Between now and we get to Nokia Center, you niggas better figure it out. Real shit. I went to the Inglewood swap meet. I drove from Calabasas 405, got off on Manchester, went to the Inglewood swap meet, got some shirts. Hey, let me get 4 shirts. Put NA on them. When could I get them? Tomorrow. No, I need them now. No, tomorrow. Bro, how much I need? He go 200.
Wow.
Bought the 4 shirts, went to the studio in Manchester. They had on black, gray, pink, yellow, throwing these brown shirts. They like, what we doing? This is what it is. Game going performing at the Nokia Center. Before we come out, y'all go. They was like, bro, nigga, get 4 mics. Jerry's gonna put on the song. Y'all figure it out.
Make it happen.
Real quick. They got there. You know, Gang was filming his reality show. I said, when Gang come out the elevator, just stand next to him. He gonna give y'all a high five. We gonna make it look like something. Y'all just rock out. Gang walked right up to him. What's up, nigga? They was looking like, shaking their hand. They really hot. Just went, oh, niggas on. Wack walked up to him like, yo, this our manager, Wack. Dub C walked up to him, Busta Rhymes, DJ Charisma. I was like, yo, talk to them niggas. Dub C, shout out to Dub C. Dub C gave them niggas the most 45-minute inspirational interview ever, in my opinion.
Wow.
Imagine getting Westside Connection, OG Dub C, to talk to 4 niggas based on G Magic.
Right.
45 minutes. Then here come Wack. Then here come Mitchie Slick. Then DJ Charisma. I had to tell him, like, no more interviews, bro. Y'all got to go on stage. So they go on stage, they rocked out, they did their thing, and that's how we formed it.
And that says a lot, because I think that, you know, one thing that you've always said is that you didn't chase the music industry. But here's the thing about purpose. Purpose doesn't chase you. It pursues you. You don't have to chase your purpose. You know what I mean? Like, it'll pursue you to the fact of, like, you didn't have to ask to be in the music industry. The music industry found you because that's what you were supposed to do.
Right.
You know? So it's
Right.
like, and you mentioned that in an interview, that God does that because he knows what you're supposed to be doing. You know? So
Right.
I think that that's the most beautiful thing about what I love about your story is that you didn't seek out the music industry. You didn't seek out the business. Everything pursued you. And that's how you know when you're born to do something, because it gravitates to you. It radiates to you. It's not you having to fight for it.
Right. Well, you know, one thing I learned in this business, is that you got to stand by your word. You know, a lot of people say, hey, I'll do a feature, I'll do this, and they really don't. So with me was being on the sideline, I should just watch. I should see it. And I understand it. You want to work with people, but you can't because of street politics, where he or she from, and all that. But what I gasp to it is that I don't want to deal with that because I know what type of individual I am. I don't want to deal with that because I know where I came from and where it could potentially grow. So when the non-affiliates came about, it was like, hey, let's make this a movement. Let's push this. Let's let music be the pain that you went through and the struggle, but at the same token, give back. Show it's okay to grow up in the Avalanche drop and not be a gang member.
And be the healing factor as well, because music is healing, it's unifying,
Right.
and it has that, you know, what I love about the non-affiliates, it's a movement that the younger generation is seeing. I don't have to bang. I can be a non-affiliate, and it's cool, and I can represent that. So it's taking on a whole new movement of itself.
Right.
The momentum is building because it's showing that it's okay to be like this.
And not only that, Drop, he's working his butt off. Like his friend that plays for the San Diego Chargers, they got this nonprofit.
Los Angeles Chargers.
Gotta throw it in there, right?
Put that in there.
Yeah.
I know.
Sorry, I covered the team. I got
He likes to put it in our face.
I'm a diehard Raider fan.
Exactly.
I'm a
Y'all can
diehard-
have the Chargers. It's all about the Raider Nation and the Lakers.
I'm going to say this again like I told the non-affiliates. I'm going to tell you, G Magic, I don't have a team. Therefore, I am at freedom to clown anybody's
Well,
team.
I heard that in your interview, but I noticed your hat is black and silver. So we got a little seats over here if you want to come on to the
Exactly.
Lakers, the Dodgers,
This guy.
Exactly.
the Angels, the Raiders, you know.
Listen, I'm a LA dude.
USC, Crenshaw,
Hey,
UCLA.
Listen. I'm with it. I just, like I said, I have the freedom to clown anybody's
Right.
team when y'all act up. Because I did pick y'all last year to win the division, by the way. I did pick the
did?
Raiders to win the division. Yeah, I picked the Raiders to win the division. Y'all, thanks to Derek Carr.
Wow.
It's a neutral space here.
But I'm picking you guys again this year to win the division. And hopefully he stays healthy because I do believe before y'all move to Vegas, you guys could be in the Super Bowl.
That's right.
I do believe that.
I
Now,
like that.
we'll see what the salary cap has to say about it. But all in all,
Man.
we'll see.
Where do you see, you know, with the endeavors that you're doing with Elite One Protection, like with the protection services, with the entertainment, where do you see your companies in 10 years?
Well, right now, honestly, I haven't looked that far. I'm just on this
Like a 5-year plan?
Yeah, I'm on
Okay.
this 3 to 4 or 5 year plan. Like the vision is that I really want to get this non-affiliate movement going, to where it can open a platform to generate an answer to
Like a resolution.
yes, to where it's okay. Like for example, my DJ Diamond, my DJ Diamond, she was on Bad Girls Club for a few seasons, and when I reached out to her, the conversation was authentic.
It flowed well.
Yeah, and it was like it clicked. I didn't need no assistant. She was like, Joey, I'm gonna be your assistant. I need no assistant. She was like, no, I can do that. And it was so professional, so articulate, and it was like, okay. So she does a lot of the business part of it, and when I seen that part, it was like, okay, this is a company, this is a movement, this is where we're going to be at in 3, 4, 5 years. With the film, I wanted to take that non-affiliate documentary, find out from them, dropping hot, what it was like to be a non-affiliate, and go get some OGs from Crips and Bloods, some people in the industry, to talk to them about it, what it's like to be a non-affiliate. Hey, I wish I could have been a non-affiliate.
Authentic stories.
Yeah, and put that story out, because I learned from social media that you never know what somebody's going through unless you give them a visual.
So true.
For example, I worked out. I lost 90 pounds. I put it
Congratulations on that.
I put it on social media. While I was incarcerated, my best friend AR, Avante Rose, like, I'm gonna make you a IG. What the fuck is IG? Oh, it's like MySpace back in the day. I don't want that. So long story short, I put that on there, not to brag, to inspire someone. It's not easy working out. It's not easy dieting. It's not easy coming out saying you're gay. It's not easy saying I don't want to be a non-affiliate. It's not easy saying I can't do that. But if you see somebody else doing, you might can tap somebody. Hey, bro, how did you become the #1 podcast on the West Coast?
That's right.
Fixxx. How did you get in that position? How has y'all become the West Coast Breakfast Clubs? You know what I'm saying? So you got to take on that challenge.
It's
You know
that
what I'm
becoming that role model of motivation to say, I can do it, you can do it.
Not only that, when you do it, you have to do it because you got somebody watching.
That's right.
Like my boy Sam here, he's Middle Eastern. He's an artist. He's a dope artist. He's Persian. I met him in the gym. He walked up to me and gave me some bars. Hey, things to take to your cousin game? Nope.
Mr. G Magic, thank you so much, sir, for coming aboard. We're gonna have you on part 2.
Yes.
As well as the game.
Yes.
And we can expand upon a lot of things. I thought it was very, very important to share your story.
Yes.
Oftentimes, and I can't wait to talk to the game. We can't wait to talk to the game. But oftentimes, I think stories kind of get overshadowed. And I think it's important to share these stories like yours that are instrumental. And I feel like are almost like a backbone to the bigger stories, obviously, that people gravitate towards. So thank you so much, man, for sharing your story and sharing
Yes,
other things.
thank you for being here.
And we ain't done with you, man. So, you know,
Thank
we
you
just
for having me, man. I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, I got the documentary I'm coming out called Loyalty. It displays my relationship with game over the past 15 years, the drama, the beefs, and how successful we are. We just still